So you want custom fonts on your Samsung device running One UI, but you do not like the options available officially, or you keep getting errors when you try to apply fonts on ZFont 3? In today's video, I'll teach you how to apply fonts on your Samsung device. Feel free to use the chapter markers below to skip to the sections that you need. But first, hi, I'm Captain Awesome. This is Geekception, and I really appreciate if you hit a like and subscribe, as that really helps me out here on the channel. First, let's start with how to change fonts the official way, and you can head into your settings. Under display settings, scroll down and you will see font size and style, and tapping on font style will show you several fonts such as default font, Roboto, etc. You can download more fonts by tapping on download fonts button, which will then take you to the Galaxy store, and here you have in fact lots of other font options. But there's only a tiny little bit of a problem here. Most of these fonts are paid fonts, and even worse, they are so ugly. Also, because you can only install fonts from Monotype imaging from the store, you miss out on other fonts you might want to use from other places. This is where the ZFont 3 app comes in. Head to the Google Play Store and install the ZFont 3 app. Open ZFont 3 and agree to all of the pop-ups that show up, and on getting into the app, it can seem a little bit confusing, but don't worry, I got you. Unlike when you change fonts the official way, here in ZFont 3, you have multiple ways to install fonts, and most importantly, it is for free. Ads can be a bit annoying though, so you can maybe watch an ad to be able to get rid of all the ads temporarily, because that just makes it a whole lot smoother when we're going to do this process here. Now, inside the ZFont 3 app, you can either install from all the variant font options that they have available, or you can even upload your own font file to use as your system font, which I think is pretty cool. For this example, let us use a font from the Google Font library. So tap on Google Fonts, and here we will search for Interfont, which is the one I like. Tap on the down icon on the right. You get an option with all the different weights of the font here. In this case, I'll tap on 600 because I prefer the font to be a little bold, but not too much. Then tap on Apply below. It will show you a menu which shows you all the different methods you can use to apply fonts on ZFont here. Tap on Auto Recommended, and it will show you a warning telling you that in case choosing Samsung Sans doesn't work, then you should choose a different base font. Tap Don't Show This Again, as with this method I'll be showing you, it will work. Believe me. Next, you'll be presented with this menu where you can choose your base font, which is basically the font we'll use to fool your phone into installing this custom Interfont right here. So here on the Z Flip 5, I have 3 font options here available to me. I have Samsung Sans, Circle Rounded Flip Font, and Natri Layton. I'll select Samsung Sans, and for the font name, you can rename it to whatever it is that you like. Here, I will rename this to Inter 600, and after that, tap on Build, and then you get this screen with numbered instructions. And yes, it might be a bit overwhelming, but calm down, I'm here to help you with it. Okay, first there's a prerequisite sections, and here let's tap on number 1, which will install Samsung Sans. You get a pop-up to install Z File Manager, so head to the Play Store and install it. Then go back to ZFont, tap on Install Samsung Sans again, and you get another pop-up about security. Tap on Settings and then tap Allow Permission. This will allow Z File to install the font file. Tap on Install, then tap Done. Go back. Next, number 2, let's change the font style to Samsung Sans. Tap on number 2. This will bring you into the font style menu in the settings app. Tap on Samsung Sans. You will immediately be brought back to ZFont after you tap on Samsung Sans right there. Moving to number 3, your Samsung account must be signed in. Now, tapping on it will bring you into your Samsung account. If you're not signed in, it will prompt you to sign in. Make sure you are signed in, as we will need your account for the next step. Go back to ZFont, and in number 4, we have to backup data. So tap on number 4, and it will show you an image telling you to backup only your settings. Tap on Go to Backup. Inside the backup menu, toggle off all the other options except settings, and then at the bottom, tap on Backup Now. It will take a short while, but then it will tell you when all the data is backed up. Tap on Done. Then go back to ZFont. Number 5, tap on Uninstall Samsung Sans, select OK, and it will uninstall Samsung Sans. Okay, we are done with all the prerequisites. Let's move on to the next section, how to change. Tap on number 1 to install your custom font. It will show you a pop-up to install your font. Tap on Install. In some cases here, you might get an error that your font is inconsistent. In this case, I suggest you uninstall the font, and this tends to happen if you've installed the base font before, which in this case is the Samsung Sans. Otherwise, install your custom font as normal. Tap on Done after the font finishes installing. Next, tap on number 2, change font style to default. This will bring you into the font style menu. Tap on default font and you'll be back in ZFont. Finally, for the most important step, tap on number 3, restore data, settings only. You'll get a pop-up message showing you what to restore, which in this case is only your settings. Tap on go to restore, then select your device. Tap on 7 selected to deselect all, then tap on settings to only select it. Then at the bottom, tap on restore. After it finishes restoring, tap done. You might get a pop-up to free up space in Samsung Cloud. Tap later, then go back twice to the ZFont app. Now you may be wondering why the font on your phone has not changed yet. And in fact, this is the part that many of the tutorials of ZFont 3 failed for me. This is because you need to do a final step here, which is to restart your phone. So go ahead and restart your phone. After your phone boots up, you can immediately see that the font has changed. And to double check, open your settings, go to display, go to font size and style, and then font style, and you'll see that Samsung Sans is the selected font here. Now, if you remembered correctly, we installed the Inter font, right? So why is it showing Samsung Sans? Well, ZFont fools your phone into thinking that it is using Samsung Sans, but we are actually using Inter. And all of this is possible due to the backup that we restored. So there you have your custom font. But Captain, awesome. What if I want to change my custom font to another custom font? That is a great question, actually. And for one, don't change it here under the font style in the settings, because if you say, for example, you changed your font from Samsung Sans back to your default font, if you try to change it back to Samsung Sans, it will actually give you an error saying that the font is not supported, and it will ask you to delete the font. And here you see I'm actually uninstalling the Inter font. So if you want to install another custom font, make sure you just follow the steps to this tutorial and install it from the ZFont app, and there you can then have like different custom fonts. Now, I personally made this video out of just a deep frustration because I do not like the default font on the Samsung devices I usually review and the Samsung devices I use on a daily basis, and I don't even mind paying for font, you know, the Monotype whatever bullshit that they have in the Galaxy store. I don't mind paying for it if it was actually good, but I think most of them are crap. They look like crap because of, I guess, the monopoly there. We don't get actual good font options, and maybe it's just the autism in me, but I'm very particular about the font that I use. And in fact, I prefer some phones to others, not because they are actually better, but because I can install custom fonts that I like to use every single day. When I look at the phone, I just like the font to be the one I like, if that makes sense. And with this method, I tried ZFont so many times on the Samsung devices, especially, it just would not work. Like I would restore it and then the font will still be the same font. And it was so frustrating until I came across this Reddit thread where I saw how to change the font, and I was like, you know what? I have to make a video about this because I definitely cannot be the only person who has had this frustration, right? And if you're watching it all the way to this stage, I'm sure you've had that frustration as well. So thank you for sharing in my sort of catharsis here, because it's just been so frustrating changing fonts here. Samsung, please, if you're watching, please let us install our own fonts from the Play Store and not the whole Monotype stuff. Or if the Monotype stuff is there, at least let us have, like, you know, good options, not just the crap that I think is on the store right now. But anyway, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Rant over. I hope you found it useful one way or the other. Tell me, what font did you customize on your Galaxy phone right there? And you know, to be fun to maybe try out a different font. Right now, I'm using the Inter font. I was using the San Francisco font from the iPhone a couple of times, but it just did not look good on this my Samsung phone here. So Inter just looks great, so I'm using Inter. But yes, enough of the rant there. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. Make sure you hit a like, subscribe, as that really helps me out here. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee, if you liked what I did here, please, also links will be in the description down there below. But until next time, make sure you text me so I know you got home safe. And I've been your Captain of Awesome. As always, don't forget to stay awesome. Bye.